Corporate greed and taxpayer dollars, unpacking the hidden costs. Explore how corporate greed exploits taxpayer dollars, impacting public trust, pharmaceutical profits, and government transparency in everyday America. Why corporate greed and taxpayer dollars are a toxic mix. Hey, have you ever stopped and thought about where our tax dollars really go? I mean, for a lot of us, paying taxes just feels like a frustrating part of life. Money out of each paycheck, less in our wallets. But what's truly maddening is when you realize that sometimes that money ends up padding the pockets of big corporations instead of going to the stuff that actually benefits the public. Let's be real. Corporate greed is a real problem. It's not just some vague idea you hear on the news. It's a system built to prioritize profit over people. Governments offer tax incentives, bailouts, and subsidies to massive companies, especially those in sectors like pharmaceuticals, energy, and tech, with the justification that they'll create jobs or innovate solutions. But in many cases, these corporations just rake in obscene profits without passing much of the benefit back to the average American. Take the pharmaceutical industry, for example. Their profit margins are through the roof, and yet they continuously push for government contracts and protections. Sometimes it's hard not to think there's a government conspiracy behind how much influence these companies have in shaping policies that protect their profits rather than the consumer's health. I'm not talking about any untrue allegations here. This is well-documented stuff, and it leaves us, regular taxpayers, subsidizing research and development, but waiting in line at the pharmacy to pay prices that feel more like highway robbery. Even worse, the cycle feeds on itself because politicians, fueled by campaign donations from these big players, turn a blind eye. It's no secret that lobbyists work hard to keep favorable legislation alive, and our tax money keeps flowing right into programs that, on the surface, seem helpful, but end up primarily enriching corporate giants. What's particularly frustrating is the lack of transparency. It's complicated, sure, but when billions of taxpayer dollars flow into projects that don't lead to tangible improvements, like lower drug prices, better infrastructure, or cleaner energy, it's hard not to feel disillusioned. Now, I'm not saying government programs are bad, or that all corporations are villainous. There are companies doing good work and genuinely pushing forward progress. But the pattern of corporate greed exploiting taxpayer dollars is undeniable. It's like handing someone money and hoping they'll share it, but instead, they lock it up and spend it on themselves. Ever heard of The Ultimate Frame? It's a thrilling novel by Andrew M. Semple that captures the essence of intrigue and manipulation, the kind of stuff that rings true when you think about corporate greed and political games. It's a fictional story but echoes real-world concerns, and it really makes you think about how power plays out behind the scenes. If you're curious and want a captivating way to explore these themes, discover this thrilling novel by Andrew M. Semple today. It might just change the way you view the shadowy intersections of business, politics, and everyday life. At the end of the day, awareness is key. Understanding where your tax dollars go and how corporate greed can slip into government programs is the first step toward demanding accountability and transparency. Keep your eyes open, and don't be afraid to question the status quo, because that's how change begins.